Welcome to Happy Glowy Gals. We're so glad you could join us. I'm Jess.
And I'm Renee. And we're two lifelong friends who want to bring our perspectives to all of the things and push ourselves, and maybe you, outside of our comfort zones.
More doing and less talking about the doing, you know?
This is an ode to us.
To who?
Me and you.
But also all of the other girls just trying to be better every day.
This will be a journey of self-discovery and pushing boundaries.
We're about to go deep
And dark.
and a little twisty on all things life, wellness, relationships, motherhood, and everything in between.
We want to be happy glowy gals, you know? And this is our road to getting there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're coming to you live. It's 9:15 in the morning on a Saturday, or very rainy Saturday.
It's 9:15 already?
I know we're starting late. We've had a day, so I've had a day so far.
You had a day.
I've had a day.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice that I don't feel pressure to be outside though today. I like that with the rain. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
How was your week?
How was your week?
It was.
Am I going to answer every question with a question?
It was pretty uneventful.
Yeah, no, me too. It's a normal week.
Did some work. Did some podcast planning.
Yeah, this is no joke.
No, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And
Planning some reels.
yeah, we're just content creators. I decided that last night this was going to be a content house.
Is that what they call it? What's the term? It's like
an influencer house?
I don't think so.
Content house. Content. It's something like that.
We'll have to figure that out.
So this is what's really funny is this is our third attempt at the first episode. You know, we're figuring things out as we go.
Many technical difficulties, things shutting off.
But one thing you should know about us is we persevere.
Yes.
We survive.
We survive.
We survive. We thrive.
Because we want this.
We do. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah. No, we've been planning on doing something like this for years. And it's time to just
do it.
Shit or get off the pot.
As we said
they say.
Yeah, as we said in our intro, more doing and less talking about the doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking doing it. No, so what did you do this week? It's Saturday. I mentioned that, right? So I haven't seen you since last weekend.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, she comes on the weekends.
I do.
So we missed the whole week with each other. But, no, I went on a boat. Was it Friday night?
No, Thursday.
Thursday night. I don't know. I don't know days anymore.
You were stoned.
I was very, very stoned. So I went on a sailboat on the river, and it was beautiful. And I had to pee. So there was a little bathroom on the boat.
Oh, God.
And the captain was like, whatever you do, just don't flush any toilet paper. Just throw it in the garbage can under the sink. I was like, fine, no problem. Aye, Captain. And then I peed, and I had to pee a lot. So it was a lot of urine. And
were you drinking?
No, I was drinking, but I was drinking my THC beverages.
Don't give them a shout out. We're not sponsored yet.
No, we're not sponsored yet, so I will not be naming the brand. So I just had a lot of liquid in me. And
that's what he said.
I was very high, so I was a little confused, but I had to pee really badly, so I peed, and then in the euphoric high from peeing, I just wiped and threw it in the toilet, and I was like,
threw what in the toilet?
The toilet paper.
Well,
you're not supposed to flush it. You're supposed to throw it in the garbage can. So I was like,
that was like that Airbnb we stayed in Connecticut. Remember they told us absolutely nothing goes down the toilet.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, what do you do with,
Well, I understand it in a boat, but not a house.
Yeah,
but anyway,
really weird. Anyway. So you broke the rule.
I did. Immediately I was like, fuck. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to fish this out.
Yeah.
So I took some more toilet paper, which was hanging above the toilet on a rope. Very nautical themed. I don't know.
On brand.
I just pulled it very slightly, and the whole fucking roll fell right into the toilet. All of my pee absorbed into the roll.
Oh no. Oh no.
I was like, fuck. What do I do? I had nothing to fish it out with now. I did. I was like, I don't know what to do. So then I was like, okay, I have to get this in the garbage can. So I opened under the sink, which took a few minutes because I couldn't figure it out. I very carefully took the toilet paper roll, put it in the garbage can, and then I had to get the initial toilet paper out. I had to raw dog it. I had to stick my hand in.
Oh, God. In the toilet?
In the toilet.
Oh, God.
I had to squeeze out the pee from the toilet paper.
You wrang it out?
I had to.
Oh, God.
I couldn't have it leak everywhere. There was nothing to clean it up with. So I had to be very meticulous. And I put it in the thing. I was like, okay, I'll just wash my hands. I couldn't figure out how to turn the sink on. So I opened the door. I was like,
Do
hey.
you pee? Did you? What? How did you open the door with your hand?
I did it with one hand. I opened the door with my other
You didn't,
hand.
like,
No. I used one hand for the dirty job, and then I had a spare hand.
okay.
So I asked him, I was like, hey, how do you turn the sink on? He's like, oh, I just have hand sanitizer.
Ew.
So I had to
I mean,
hand sanitize my hand like 5 times.
your pee-pee hand.
It was disgusting. And I didn't
Oh,
tell him until
God.
after. And he's like, don't touch me. When we got in the car, I finally told him.
Oh God! Did you tell? You told the guy? What did the guy say?
I was like, hey, listen,
You're the captain now.
I accidentally dropped. It fell into the toilet, the whole roll. So he was fine with it. But like,
well, the thing is, we're supposed to all go on this boat now again. So now we're going to be known as the group of the girl who rang out toilet
because
paper.
we went last summer and he likes us because he loves our house.
Okay.
Because we have like a historic house and he loves it. So he likes us.
Okay, good.
And I made a joke of it. Like we tipped him via Venmo and I put a toilet paper emoji and said sorry.
Side note, one of my favorite pastimes is looking at Venmo to see like the transactions of like who's sending who money. And I always find it so weird when like people that are in a relationship are Venmoing each other.
Oh.
Like that's so...
I only use Venmo to like pay my babysitter.
I've done it like
tip people.
Like, okay, let's say like if there's like an electrical bill or whatever and it's in somebody, whatever, but I just feel like it's so like, make
there's
it
a
private.
what?
You can, if
An
like you
electrical
share
bill?
utilities with somebody, like
electric bill. Okay, I was like, what's an electrical bill?
The THC is still running in your bloodstream.
It takes a few days sometimes.
But I always just find it so weird when it's like they put like a pizza emoji. I'm like, are you Venmoing him for pizza? Like that's so weird.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss that further on another podcast.
But that's an exciting week. What else did you do? Anything?
No, just worked, and the weather was kind of crazy. We went to the beach a bit, the river beach with the kids.
It's been so humid here.
It has been, but at the beach, actually, like when you get down to the water, it's beautiful.
I'm happy.
Beautiful.
I'm happy it's raining right now. Hopefully, it cools it down.
Because why? Because tonight is my 20-year high school class reunion.
Yeah, and this bitch called them, and she's like, "Can I bring a friend?"
I didn't call. I wrote on the Facebook page.
I'm sorry. Age yourself more. She's on the Facebook page.
That's how we organized it.
I am not going with you.
You want to go.
I have no desire.
You want to go.
No. Not only do I have no desire to even go to my own, let alone yours. I didn't bring the appropriate attire. I don't want to see. These people, I'm sure, are still very, nice people. I just don't have a desire.
She doesn't believe that.
So I just don't think that there's a purpose in having reunions anymore when everyone's on social media. I know what you had for fucking breakfast. I know how old your kids are. I know that you went to Disney and you wore matching shirts last year. I don't need to see you in person.
I'm not friends.
And have a bad beer.
I'm not friends with a lot of people on
period.
Well, yes, but also on social media. So I'm not seeing things. I don't know. I feel.
Well, that's another reason. Like, if I'm not friends with you on social media, then I'm not like. Oh,
I don't know. It's not about that for me. It's just like I don't know. I feel like it's like a rite of passage, and I didn't go to my 10 year, so I feel like kind of the need to go to the 20. I don't know. If I don't like it, I can just leave.
I think that's why you want me there.
Well, I get scared.
I'm gonna be like on the wall, like, hey. Like scaling the wall with your... Though that's another thing. It's like, not only am I going, but you're also bringing your husband, so then I'm like the third wheel.
We're a throuple.
We are.
Sorry.
Without the sex.
It could be...
Oh, gross.
Wow, that was a disgusting thought.
Fun fact.
Thanks.
You know how you know your best friends? When your husband annoys me just as much as he annoys you.
Maybe even more.
Maybe.
Sometimes I look at him and I'm like,
move at a more glacial pace, Wayne.
No, like when you're here and you see what I experience and I see the rage in your eye, I never feel more validated.
I twitch.
Or when Erin just looks at me and kind of rolls her eyes, I'm like, thank you. You finally fucking get it.
Yeah, because I think her husband's name is Wayne. We call him Dwight.
Yeah.
He's the best. He's the best.
No, he's a great man.
He's a great man. He's a great husband.
But he's annoying.
Yeah.
He has no sense of urgency.
Literally none.
We're just opposites. He's very like laid back and I'm very like, like, you know.
These
but we
two
love
together.
him.
We do. He's great. He needs to be replicated. Yeah.
What did you do?
So I So right now I'm a cog. I'm a corporate office girl. I just learned that term.
I
on
didn't
the
know
top.
it. You see, now we've learned something. Cog.
So I'm a corporate office girly.
We'll put it in the footnotes.
Yeah, I've been, I work in corporate retail. So we just went back to a more standardized. Are you okay?
I just burped. I didn't want to do it on the microphone.
Thank you. She took a sip out of her tea earlier, and I thought I was going to die in the mic.
She's insane also.
I have misophonia.
So do I, but like you have it to like certain noises.
It is what it is.
Yeah. You get violent.
I rage. Like it's like in my gut. Like I want to kill somebody. Anyway, so I am right now. I'm in office 2 days a week. So Monday, Tuesday, we have like assigned days, which kind of sucks.
Especially a Monday.
Oh my God, Mondays are the worst. Mondays are the worst because it's like for us, it's like a very much so like reporting, analyzing the week prior type of day. You're not doing much talking to your peers, but the good part is by Tuesday I'm done in office, unless like there's other things that come up. So mandatory Monday, Tuesday in office, and then like if you have any other reason to be in the office, obviously you go in. But for me this week, it was Monday, Tuesday, and I don't know, I have a pretty, I don't want to say strict routine, but I have my routine. So like I work out every morning, did the things. I'm about to get my period, so like I'm trying to like take it easy. But in the office Monday, Tuesday, and then drove down here on Friday. But in between, I've been calling doctors because I'm dealing with getting poisoned by botox.
So wait, what is your news?
I have botulism.
She has botulism, folks.
Like,
well, how? Tell us how.
We're back. So I've been getting botox since I'm 37. I've been getting it since I was like 33, 34. In the normal places, like a little bit in the forehead, a little bit on the crow's feet. That's it. I went in February and I got Botox and it didn't take. And that sometimes happens. Like you can grow accustomed to it. And then the guy was like, oh, let's try Dysport. Did the Dysport. Worked like a charm. Awesome. I also have TMJ. And so like the following week, I was trying Botox injections for the first time in my jaw to help with that pain. Saw God. Awful. I had also told that doctor I had just gotten like Dysport. There was no issues, but I've experienced such weird symptoms in February, like brain fog, dry eyes, vertigo. The vertigo was every time. It wasn't standing. It was every time I would lay back. So I'm like, I just thought it was from the injection in my face, which I think aggravated it to some extent. But then back last month, I got Dysport again. And all of my symptoms came back again.
Yep.
So started freaking out, started doing some research, and I'm like, I was listening to the Blonde Files podcast with Ariel Laurie. She's great. But she got Botox poisoning. And so I was listening to that, and it was almost like divine intervention of like her what are the chances I hear that story and I'm going through the same thing? I message her. She actually messages me back right away. These are all things I'm experiencing. I'm like, oh my God.
No, I wouldn't have known that that's what those symptoms were. I wouldn't have known to look for that.
It's so rare. And so I think my body's just there was too much at one time. It was too much. And it didn't process. So like I don't think this has anything to do with the injector, or it might have to do with the type of Dysport, but we'll go into that at a different time.
It's just a cautionary tale.
It's a cautionary tale. So
don't get too much. But don't not get it either.
Well, so I took myself to the doctor, and it's a general doctor, and I will never be going back to him again, because I just looked at him and I was like, I think this sounds crazy, but here's what I'm experiencing. And he's like, how's your mental state?
Are you having thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in pain. So like, not great, dude. Like, I don't feel right. And he goes, and I said, like, my digestion's also been off. He's like, you have IBS. IBS. I'm going to write you a prescription. That's all I want to do is write you a prescription for everything. I'm like, I looked at him because I'm educated now at this point, and it's what I enjoy researching. And I said, why are you trying to mask my symptom and not get to the root cause? Take blood work.
Yeah.
I want blood work. I want the workup. So he begrudgingly did blood work. And he's like, well, then for this, but we also need to do a poopy sample, which is like, nothing will humble you like having to collect your own stool. That's life. Be adults. And sure as shit, it came back. And I was right. So trust your gut. It will go away. Like, it's not a permanent thing. But in the meantime, it's been brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm in pain right now.
No, you're in pain a lot.
So it just know like it'll go away. And so that's giving me some peace of mind. But yeah, so that was my week. Came down here yesterday, down the shore. I live in the city. I live in Jersey City, right outside of New York. And we did some content last night.
We did.
We went for a walk in your house shoes.
I did. Oh, that's content as well. That video.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah. So we're just doing. Oh, did we mention the concert we have on Sunday?
Oh, no, we didn't.
So we'll probably have a nice beach day on Sunday after we go to my reunion tonight.
I'm not going. No desire.
And then we're going to go see Third Eye Blind and Yellow Card at PNC Art Center.
I'm really excited
Very excited about that.
I took off on Monday just to like, truly get into it, experiencing it. But it's going to be a beautiful day. It's been raining and humid since 4th of July. So
it's not been raining since 4th.
It's been very humid since 4th of July. But it needs to rain. So hopefully it gets it all out of its system today. And then tomorrow is nice. Because the last time we went to a concert last summer, we got poured on and we got poured on.
Jess is afraid of water.
I'm not afraid of, tell my Ashkenazi Jewish curls not to be afraid. I'm not afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of your Ashkenazi Jewish curls.
They're not good curls. They're like wiggles.
We were at what concert was it? It was All American Rejects.
Who opened for them? It was another like emo band. Fun fact: I don't remember. I don't even remember. Warped Tour kid. I was like,
she's so like down, but she's afraid to get her hair wet because she's a witch.
It's rude. But anyway, that was also a humbling experience going to All American Rejects and realizing that like everyone that went to Warped Tour is now approaching 40.
No, that's rough. Seeing like the people like in like the Vans, slip-ons.
But we look great.
Yeah. No, we did.
We look great. That was fun. So yeah, we'll do that tomorrow night. We'll have a nice day in the sun, and then we'll go to we'll go to dinner. We'll go to a concert. I'm excited. That, to me, like that is summer.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So really excited about that. But yeah, that was my week. And then when I worked out this morning early, I went to a 6 a.m. class on a Saturday because I'm a psycho. And I was telling you about this while we were getting ready.
Oh God.
So I do Orange Theory. I'm not like the wow, like I'm not that person. Some people are like that. I think it's gotten me back into movement. Anyway, this is not a PSA for Orange Theory. This is a PSA in disgusting men. And so with Orange Theory, you get a number and you stay on that number on a treadmill, on a rower, and on the floor. And so the person that's next to you is essentially next to you throughout the entire class. So there's this man, I would say late 40s, maybe 50, who really wasn't doing the workouts. He was like running and then walking, that's the beauty of the class too. You take it at your own pace, but like he really wasn't working out. It was strange. And he was staring at me the entire time. So much to the point like that the woman on the opposite side of him kept looking at me. It's like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? And I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing it. Because women see.
We have to see.
Stop being disgusting.
Stop staring.
Stop staring. It's not attractive. Like if you want to get somebody's attention, don't look at them. Don't look at them. Avoid eye contact. So at the during the floor part, we were doing hip thrusts. So you're on the ground. It's very sexual movement, but like you have a weight on and you're doing hip thrusts. He stood over me and just stared at me.
Oh my God.
I felt so gross. Like it's like a violation. Like stop looking at me. Like stop looking at me.
Consuming you.
Yeah. So at the end of the class, I said something to the front desk. Not like anything. I said, that guy. And they're like, yeah, he's new. I'm like, yeah. It was weird. I just told them I felt very uncomfortable. They said they would keep an eye on it, but it was weird.
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to, so I came home and obviously showered, but it felt like I needed to shower.
Yeah.
And scrub that off of me. So, thanks.
But that was it as far as my week. Nothing crazy.
Advocate. This week's lessons. Advocate for yourself. Know your body. Don't let somebody tell you have IBS. And don't let gross men stare at you. Try not to drop toilet paper in a toilet after
Hold
the
on, I have to fix it.
I'm the captain now. Tells you not to. What
Look
movie?
at me. I'm the captain now. No,
Look at me.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now. That was good.
That was good.
Yeah. I'm gonna try not to have vocal fry too. That's something I'm working on.
It's also the breathing. We're
heavy.
aware. I don't want to hear comments. You do a lot of. It's like you do a lot of mouth noises for someone who's so misophonic. It's like the irony.
All right. Anyway, what's up? That's kind of our week in a nutshell. We'll edit this part out.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into. I think it's important that we, now that we've had some chit chat and banter, to what can the ladies and gentlemen, moment one,
Expect?
Yeah.
From our podcast?
Yeah. Let's kind of go through it. So I think, we said it in the intro, but I'm really excited to just share our experiences.
Mm-hmm. We just have, why are we doing this? Because we want to.
Because we want to. We're funny.
I feel like talk about doing things a lot, but don't do them. So this is really just holding ourselves accountable to doing what we say we're going to do.
Yeah, and exercising that type of consistency and commitment. But I think, the old expression of like, don't judge a book by its cover. I feel like our conversations have always been able to range from like digestive issues to really, we can go from like really funny to really serious and back and forth. And I feel like there's a lot of like depth and dimension to our friendship and our relationship. And I'm excited to kind of put that out there in the ethers. And hopefully that's well received.
I think it's something a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah. I think this is, a manifestation of our friendship in content form. We'll talk through, we'll have interviews. Like I'm excited to start.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have interviews. We're going to interview some folks.
We'll go, we'll talk through wellness and health and well-being, because that's such a big part of where we both are right now in our journey. And we're going to do some vlogs this summer.
What's a vlog exactly?
A video blog.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So just like content.
Yeah, like video, like when we go and do some stuff. No, this is going to be therapy. This is going to be all the things.
I love documenting.
You do. You've always been into documenting. You've always been into history. She's our local historian. She knows a lot.
I'm a novice local historian. I collect artifacts.
We have such useless information in our heads.
It's not useless to me.
What else? We said we'll talk through pop culture.
Yeah, so we're Bravo girlies, so.
Yeah. You've been engaged 19 times! But no, I'm excited about peeling back the layers on us, our friendship, things that are going on in the world. We'll talk through your journey in motherhood.
Oh, yeah, I'm a mom.
You're a mom.
I'm a mom.
MILF.
I don't know. We play get surgery. I'm coming back, folks. It'll be back at some point.
Well, we'll talk through that. It's been, I've been I do not have children, but I've been alongside of my two best friends as all the girls, if you guys have had children. And let me just tell you, it looks rough.
It's not great as far as being pregnant.
Yeah.
And birthing and the aftermath.
What your body goes through as women.
No, it's just rough. Going through all that physically and emotionally, and just being a new mom and being in absolute disrepair in your body, and then having a boomer woman tell you you're so lucky your husband changed his child's diaper. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you have such an involved husband.
He literally
he created them. It was his sperm.
He changed a diaper and he gets a fucking parade.
Slow clap.
And Wayne is a great father.
He is. That's not to say that they're not.
No, it's just so annoying. They do the bare minimum and they get a fucking
accolades, a trophy.
Enough.
Father of the year.
I bled for 8 weeks.
Your body was split open.
Yeah,
your organs were on a table.
I look like absolute hell. Please don't talk to me. After
you had Raquel, we call her Birdie, so you'll hear that a lot. After you had Bird, I flew out to Arizona, where you live most of the year. And I will never forget, it was like National Geographic. One, your boob, I've never seen bigger boobs.
No, they were the size of
And her
of
head
my
was so
head.
tiny. But we went to the mall because, like, you know, what do you do with like a newborn? We were going to the mall. We went for a walk and she needed to eat. And so we went into the dressing room at American Eagle.
It was American Eagle.
And she was trying to like breastfeed her.
And I was not
And
good
you were just
at
like, it was so, that will be a distinct memory for me. Just
and this was all like, this was like 1 month before COVID. This was right around Valentine's Day of
February
2020. Yeah.
I think I flew in 3 days because I spent Valentine's Day with you.
We went to dinner.
Yeah. But that was, no, I mean, it's just been a wild ride watching everyone kind of go through it. And not just like the physical, but the emotional and mental hurdles that come along with it. I think it's going to be important that we talk about the realness of motherhood and like all that entails. So we'll get into all of that. I mean, I think we lead pretty dynamic lives. I've been going through a lot personally in my life, and we'll talk through that, you know, from, like I said, all different types of relationships, whether those be, you know, friendships or marital or romantic, paternal, familial relationships.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack there, but I don't know. It's just all the things. We're just here having a normal conversation like girls do.
Mm-hmm.
This is our friendship circle. Welcome.
Okay.
So I think now that we've kind of gone through a little bit of what to expect, I don't know, who are we? Like, let's tell people who we are. Like,
oh, we're besties.
Obviously we're besties. We've been best friends for almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. But when?
November.
It'll
be our 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about how we met?
Sure. How did we meet?
So we were both attending a mutual friend's birthday dinner at Applebee's because it was half price apps.
Sure was. After 10? Is it after 10 it was half price apps?
Yeah, I was a senior in high school. You were a freshman.
Yeah.
At OCC. Can you be a freshman if it's a 2-year college or it's just your first?
Think so.
Just your first year of college.
Okay, just like completely invalidate OCC. Please.
Well, you told me Bruce Springsteen went there.
He
and I did not know that.
He did.
He's very successful. So we met at Applebee's. We were there, and then we couldn't get a table, and then we ended up at Friendly's.
Friendly's was great.
Oh my gosh, their French
chicken
fries
fingers and French fries.
I always got, like, when I was a kid, I was like, give me that adult size chicken finger platter, please. And then the ice cream at the window at the end. Classic. My mom always used to get the chicken oriental salad from there. Can you say that word anymore? Can that word be on a menu?
Oriental is, you can use it. It's just not in reference to human beings. You can call like a rug.
Hopefully
or
we
a
don't get
dish.
canceled on the first episode.
No, it's not. You just can't call people that word.
Got it. Okay.
It's items.
So, lesson.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I immediately was like, you have great boobs.
You did. You hit my boobs like drums.
Did I?
You did. You went.
I still do that from time to time. They're great.
I was like, this girl's wacky. But I like it.
But I like it. And I think it was like instant chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And then, did you drive me home? The first night we met? I remember walking. No, you drove me to in between Applebee's and Friendly's because it was like across the highway or across the avenue.
Yes, because we didn't go to the one in the mall.
And you had a little bug. And I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yes.
Yeah. And then that was pretty instantaneous. And then I remember we went out after that. I don't remember what we were doing, but we were coming over the Seaside Bridge. Yes, where they filmed Jersey Shore. That's where we grew up. And we were talking about, I was talking about my mom and my dad, and we somehow discovered that both of our parents' names are Donna and Ray.
Yeah, you said, oh, my mom Donna. And I was like, oh, my mom's name is Donna too.
And I
was like, oh, what's your dad's name? And she goes, Ray. I was like, stop. That's my dad's name. It was so weird.
Wild. Mm-hmm. What are the odds of that?
I don't know.
So it's super weird.
Not great combos, but
definitely don't advocate for that combination. Just based on
in divorce
and trauma. Perpetual trauma. But yeah, we discovered that, and then it's been, I mean, we have so many of the same interests, the very similar personalities and humor and how we approach things. But you're my person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 20 years later, here we are.
Yep. It's unbelievable.
Time flies.
It sure does.
College and goes. Time flies. People have children.
The college.
I mean, I take it. I don't know if it's doing anything.
I don't know if it does, but we can try.
Listen, I'm just going to continue to do it.
Yeah, we're trying.
We're going to have to do a whole episode on just my supplement intake.
Mm-hmm. We should do a video on our supplements.
And then maybe Symbiotic, if you want to sponsor this podcast, like we'd be okay with that because we are advocates of your brand.
Mm-hmm.
I tell everyone about the brand, but again, they're not yet, so we won't go into it too much. No, but that's kind of like, that's like our story in a nutshell. I mean, we've done so much together. We've been through I think that's rare. And I think this is a constant, at least in my life and yours too, where it's like, I think this says a lot about who we are as people, but like we've had the same people in our lives for over 20 years. I mean, you and my other best friend, Zimat, since birth.
Yeah.
But so consistent. And I could not, like, I think it's, I don't have a big family. So my friends, our inner circle are my family. And that sounds so like, it doesn't carry the weight that it feels like it needs to carry to talk about like how much you guys are my family.
Yeah, I know.
So
like you're at every holiday.
Yeah, I have a room at your house.
She's a room at my house.
Like when you bought the furniture, like, oh, I bought this bed for your room.
This is for your room.
Thank you. Like I look at your children like my own.
Yeah, I mean, Yo-Yo looks like you.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like
he
when
looks like he could be your baby.
People have asked me that, and I'm like, yeah.
Why not?
When people compliment you on how good looking your children are, I say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I worked really hard at this.
Thank you.
But no, like I love them as if they were my own.
Yeah.
I feel like I birthed
them.
They
love you. You're Aunt Jess.
Aunt Des.
Aunt Des. And Yo-Yo is my son. His name is Elio.
Yo-Yo's.
Elio.
He's crazy right now.
He is crazy. He's a 2-year-old boy, so.
He was like the sweetest little nugget not that he's not the sweetest nugget.
He was so quiet
and it's like
still, and now he's a typical boy.
No, it's like he pent up all of that energy and he's like, I'm just waiting, and now it's like unleashing, and he's a
little menace.
Literally, he will like look at you in the face and just slap you.
I can hear him right now.
Yeah, it probably will get picked up. Like this is real life. We're in a closet.
Oh yes. No, this is our
literally
studio.
In a closet, not figuratively.
This is my closet.
I'm straight.
But my closet is also a room.
Yes.
Hold on, I have to just...
Because you're rich bitch energy. My closet's a room.
No, it was a bedroom, and they converted it.
The women that lived here before.
Mm-hmm. It's really picking up this.
Yeah.
Right downstairs.
Listen, this is real life. There are 2 children under the age of 4 in this house and a husband who could clearly not wrangle them. Even though we've told him multiple times, we are filming right now. We're recording. So that's just a little bit about us and our friendships. But let's go dark and deep on who we are.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jess.
Oh, you want me to start? Hold on. Let me just look at my outlines of my notes.
Also,
because
take a look at keep an eye on the camera.
I am. Because that's just a little bit about me. I'm a little type A. And so like I have notes. I want to make sure like I hit the thing.
Totally.
So I'm Jess. Oh, you're going to really hear them. Is that fine?
I think so. How is that picking that up so well?
Anyway, okay, and action. So a little bit about me. I was born and raised on the Jersey Shore. I am the oldest of 3 siblings, and I think everything that comes along with being the oldest, I fit the mold of pretty on the head, on the nose.
I think so.
Pretty type A. I like to be in control.
Oh, yeah. No, like that's, yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate.
Well, anyway.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, maybe.
I'm very responsible. I had a really, I think, interesting childhood. I feel like half of it was pretty idyllic. I lived on a street with all my best friends, the bikes, the ice cream man, the snowball fights. I mean, that truly was my childhood. Had the best neighbors growing up. And then I think the other half was kind of chaotic. I don't know where it left off, I would say. And then half of it was chaotic because life at home was not perfect. And eventually my parents would get divorced when I was 16. But I think growing up, I really always gravitated towards like artistic endeavors, right? Whether that was like writing or performing, but I also desperately wanted to be athletic. Like, so bad. Like, I really wanted to be.
Didn't you play softball?
Yeah. Like, I was okay. Like, that was my only thing. And once the balls got really fast and the girls got bigger, my mom said, No.
She made the right call.
She did, but like I really wanted to be athletic. Like my 9 was athletic, and I really like. She was so involved in all sports, and then I tried out for lacrosse in high school, and I had the flu. Like I had 103 fever, and I still showed up. And like not for nothing, but if I was the coach at that time, I would have been like,
you have to talk right into the mic.
If I was the coach at that time, I would have been like, wow, that is effort. You made the team. But I literally had to do the whole go up to the door, look at the list, and then my name wasn't there. And I died. I mean, truly, if I think back on my true reasons for wanting to play lacrosse, it was like on Fridays you got to wear your uniform to school, and it was a short skirt. And I was like, that's hot.
They wore like the short skirt and like those Adidas slides.
Oh my God.
With the socks.
So, and like the headbands in your hair.
Mm-hmm. The bra strap headbands.
The tight ones.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I wanted to be that.
The flat iron fried little baby hairs that would come out at the top.
Iridescent lipstick.
Yeah.
Hot. But no, I think I really wanted to be athletic. That didn't come naturally to me. But other than that, I think I was a smart kid. I wouldn't say that academically school came easy to me, but I tried.
Oh, really?
I tried really hard. I mean, I think history, English, writing, those things were easier, but things like science and math, like that part of my brain just never worked. But I think similar to like wanting to be athletic, I did whatever it took to be good at it. And I think that's probably still true for me today. Like when certain things don't come naturally to me, it almost motivates me to, I need to make that work.
Oh, really?
I mean, I got really good. I mean, I was an AB student my entire life. But no, I think I'm a really hard worker personally, professionally today. Like if I have a goal, watch out. Like I will make that happen. Same thing like with my routines. Like if something, I'll make it happen. What else? I went to school at Rowan University, which is in New Jersey. It's in South Jersey. I graduated with a degree in radio, television, film, and journalism.
Hey,
like, what's up?
Here we are.
I hadn't done anything with that
until now.
But I truly wanted to be a writer or a broadcaster. I wanted to be Barbara Walters. And I think my whole life, my mom always was like, you're a writer. Like you always know what to say. You're so good at it. And then at that age, you just believe what your parents tell you. I mean, I was good
it's so crazy. Like someone telling you something like that at a young age really sticks with you.
It did.
It becomes part of your identity.
And I was like, I am that. You know, she clapped louder for me than anyone. So
she really did.
So I was like, all right, I guess I'm a writer now. But that really didn't pan out. You know, I did a ton of internships out of college for magazines like Good Housekeeping and People Style Watch, and that was really exciting.
God,
but what an era. I mean, I literally walked into those buildings and I was like, where's my byline, bitch? And they're like, go in the sample closet and count.
You got
blushes.
all those great
samples.
Products.
Oh my God. Yeah, they paid me in product because they did not pay me in salary. I was literally paying them to commute to the city from the Jersey Shore, which was agonizing. But no, I think in college I got into a very long-term relationship. I think that was like 5 years. It felt like longer, but it really was. I think
with
it was
R.
With R. Yeah.
Wow.
I learned so much about myself in that relationship. But I think obviously that relationship didn't last, but I think because that didn't last, the ending of that relationship forced me to leave my hometown and move to the city and kind of find the career path that I'm on today. And I don't think had that not happened, everything's meant to happen. I believe that everything happens for a reason, but that really pushed me and motivated me because that ended so badly and abruptly that I was like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I got to figure out who I am and what I want. And similar to like wanting to get good grades, I was like, fuck you, like watch me now.
And you did it.
And then I did it. I moved up to Brooklyn, took a job that I'm still at today, 13 years later. Who would have known that? Took a job and paid for a room in Gowanus that was $600. But I was like, it's mine.
Yep.
And that feeling really stuck with me, that no one can take this from me. Like I'm in control of this. Because so much throughout my childhood had been taken from me. I was like, no, like this was what needs to happen. I think 8 promotions later,
wow,
where I am now, I've been given so many opportunities, to build my career in that way, to lead really dynamic teams, push myself, develop new business acumen and muscles, and really become good at something that
Mhm.
I never saw coming, which is, I guess, kind of how it happens. I've been, able to travel the world with this job, and who knows what will happen next, but I've been really lucky. I've been in a long-term relationship for the last decade that moved me from Brooklyn to Jersey City to Florida to back to Jersey City. And I think current day, I'm very much so settling into this place in life where I am super focused on me and my well-being and my self-discovery again for the first time in a really long time, and working on lowering my overall cortisol levels.
That is always the goal.
And not being such a people pleaser, because that's been a strength for me throughout my life, is constantly being aware and wanting other people to be happy before me. And I think that that's kind of manifested in, I don't want to say like, I didn't have a nervous breakdown, but like my mom passed a year and a half ago, and that was a catalyst for, I'm not grateful for that happening, obviously, but I'm grateful for the perspective that it gave me and the changes that I needed to make in my life to really just better myself. I'm so hyper aware now of my body and what I need mentally and physically to fuel it. I'm grateful for that.
Okay, that's great.
I'm 37, and I feel physically, outside of the pain and the botox poisoning, better than I've ever felt in my entire life. So that's me.
That's you.
In a nutshell. I don't know. There's just I just feel like I'm on the precipice of something. I don't know what it is.
I feel the same way, and I feel like this is a key part of that. I don't know. I just feel like
this is so outside of my comfort zone.
Yes, but that's good.
Yeah.
I'm used to being outside my comfort zone. Yes. So this is fine for me.
I'll get more comfortable. There's things that I'm not gonna talk about that we'll keep personal. But
I'll talk about anything.
Even just doing this and putting my opinions out there outside of a work environment. I think if people that I work with were to hear this, they'd be like, no, this is who you are, because I'm very different in my work life than I am in my personal life. You keep burping.
I can't. It's the bone broth.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I had bone broth.
She is health and wellness.
I'm trying.
Anyway, I think my new motto in life, who said it? Melissa Wood Tepperberg. She's very extra, but she did say something like, how bad do you want to feel good? And that stuck with me.
No, like when you set your mind to something, you do it.
Yeah. For sure. Watch out.
Watch out, because we have the number one podcast in Pine Beach. So
number one podcast in the land. We're manifesting it. We're also big manifestors.
Yeah.
Putting it out into the universe.
Whatever, like I make things happen.
You do.
I do.
I've never seen anyone do it like you. Renee, enough about me.
Okay. So a little bit about me. Like, what do you want to know?
Where'd you grow up? What'd you do?
Well,
how old are you?
I'm 38 years old.
How tall are you?
5'2" and change.
We're shorties. I'm 5'1".
Well, I think it's cute.
Good things come in small packages.
I think so.
That's also something my mother told me, probably because I was like, I want to be taller.
I never wanted to be tall. I was like, I'm good down here.
No, I wanted to be tall. I wanted glasses and I wanted braces.
Yeah, I definitely wanted glasses and braces and crutches and a broken bone. All kids want that, I think, right? They all want a cast. They don't want to be left out.
I wanted a hot pink one, and I wanted you to write, like, get well soon or BFF for E.
Yeah. Lilas.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well,
where'd you grow up?
I was born in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and I grew up there for like the first half of my childhood. And then, which was great. Like, I loved growing up there. It was nice. It was like what you explained in your childhood to be like.
No trauma yet.
No. Well, yeah. A neighborhood full of kids. There were kids everywhere. We would have manhunt nights, and it would be like 60 kids.
Oh, we should do a manhunt night.
That would be great. This would be a great neighborhood for that.
Fuck yeah, we should do that, and like Red Rover, adult style. We can get hurt. But go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm not fucking flipping it.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. So it was just like it was pretty great. Like, I loved our house. I grew up I'm the second of 4 kids. I have an older sister, and then my brother, and then my younger sister. lots of cousins.
You have such a big
We
family.
have a big family.
A very big, loud family.
Big, loud. Sorry, we're loud. Yeah, so I grew up there, and then halfway through, like when I was in 6th grade, end of 97, we moved to Toms River, New Jersey.
I don't think I realized that it was 6th grade. For some reason, I thought it was earlier. That's a hard year.
It was a
to move.
horrible year to move.
Yeah.
It was like right before middle school.
Yeah.
I had made my friends already.
Kids
I had
are mean at that
established
age.
my life. Like I had known all of my classmates since I was born.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? So then I moved to Toms River. It was a kind of, I feel like it was out of nowhere. Like we didn't really.
Why did you move?
Well, Elizabeth is a city, and they couldn't afford to send all of us to like Catholic high
Private school there, yeah.
And I don't think my mom wanted us going to public school there. So we moved to Toms River where my uncle lived. We actually moved on the same street as my uncle. Excuse me. But yeah, we moved, and it was. I'll wait.
So you moved in the middle of, not the middle, somewhat of the beginning of 6th grade.
Yeah, so November 1st, I think, was my first day of school in Toms River.
That's tough.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It was like your typical, like in a movie, you walk in, this is your new classmate, Renee. I'm
stand there in the beginning
standing at
of
the
class.
front. And some of the, I think like 4 of the boys in the class started like.
What is going on?
Started barking. They barked at me. Yeah, so I was like.
Do you remember who they were?
I remember one of them.
Who was it?
I don't know if I want to say. Like, I don't know him anymore.
Give me initials.
He didn't go to North or anything.
Oh. This would be the time. We will call you out.
Yeah. He was actually, like, as time went on, like, he was nicer to me.
Yeah.
But they all barked at me. Not all, but, like, 4 of them. And
Kids
then
suck.
I sat down in the back of the class, and I was, like, mortified. And then some kids started talking to me, and then one was like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, oh, I'm from Elizabeth. And he goes, oh, you're poor and dirty. And I was like, oh.
If you weren't a
Okay.
white Catholic boy in the town that we grew up in, you were made fun of.
But I'm a white Catholic girl. Like, come on.
Blonde hair, blue-eyed, half Jew, and I had pennies thrown at me at the back of a bus, and they called me poor.
You weren't poor.
I'm clearly not harboring any resentment. Clearly everything's fine. I don't talk about that in therapy at all.
No, like, it was terrible.
Terrible.
It was terrible. And I just was like, I don't want to be here.
Right.
So I had a few friends, but I really became not outgoing. Like, I'm not that I was always outgoing, but
Why would you have been?
I grew up with my friends, and they were my
Right.
friends forever, and I didn't have to think about it. And then when I moved down here, it was like, oh, I'm just going to stay in my house and hang out with my little sister. And that's what I did for the first few years.
The first 20 years.
Well, honestly, for the first few years, like, I didn't want to do anything.
No, but you were also lucky in the sense that you had siblings that were so close in age that you could still be social, but like have that insular comfort of your family.
No, yeah, like
so blessed.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
so blessed. Lisa was always out though. My older sister Lisa, she was always like out, going out.
She still is.
Yeah, so she wasn't around as much, but like me and Erin hung out a bunch.
Erin's your younger sister.
Erin's my younger sister. She's like 4, just under 4 years older than me. Younger than me, rather.
That's so. My sister is 9 years younger than me.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, there's a big age gap.
That's such a gap.
Yeah. We're obviously closer now as adults than we were as children.
Oh, yeah.
But because, like, I was gone. I was 18 and going to college, and she was 9.
Yeah, you're in completely different times in your life.
Let's play dolls. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad about that.
But yeah, like, I ended up, like, you know, as time went on, like, high school got better. I had my friends. Home life maybe wasn't as... It was just chaotic. Unstable.
I think we should do an episode just on family.
Yeah.
And our stories, and then we'll put a trigger warning on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I ended up, you know, really liking it down here. I went to community college after high school, you know, working waitress jobs, working in retail.
We worked at the same restaurant for a while.
We did.
I was the hostess, and I tried to waitress, and I was not good at it.
It was chaotic.
Yeah.
But then I was set up on a date. I met my husband, my now husband.
I remember that day.
We moved in together like 3 months into meeting.
I remember he was about to pick you up, and he called you. We were in your pool.
Yes, it was the day. It was
and I
our
was like,
date.
"Hi, Wayne."
And you told him that you had great legs.
Why?
Because you're mentally ill. I don't know. I was like,
Hi,
that's
I'm
Jess.
Renee's best friend. I have great legs.
Mhm.
I do.
She does.
They're great.
But
I don't know why I told him that though.
and then a year into us meeting and living together, we moved to Minnesota.
I was devastated.
Yeah.
That was the first time we ever had lived apart.
It was the financial crisis, and his company sold
Moved
itself, and we moved to Minnesota, and we were there for a year and a half, which was horrendous. I mean, the people in Minnesota were
You almost froze to death.
fine, but the weather is terrible. The climate's awful. And then from there, when we lived there, we got engaged. We got engaged in New Jersey, but it was while we were living in Minnesota.
Oh my God. We should probably tell, I don't know if we should do it today or
We'll tell
your engagement story.
We'll tell you an engagement story another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, then from there we moved to Boston, which I love Boston.
Boston was great.
I
moved you in.
You did. You moved me in.
That was such a great trip. My family, the family I do have, actually live in Boston, so we got to walk around and see them, and we took the train back. We got stuck on the train.
It's supposed to be what, a 4-hour ride?
Yeah, we took the Acela, which is supposed to be faster. So
maybe it was supposed to be 3 hours or something.
It was fast. We got stuck in Connecticut.
We were in 8 hours, 8-9 hours on the
we were
train.
walking on the track, weren't we? At one point, we had to walk off the track.
Did we?
I think so.
Switch?
And wait,
it was horrible. I don't know what happened, but it just took forever.
Yeah, we had really great riding boots on though.
Wayne couldn't be there for the move, so you came up for the move.
Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a good friend.
You're a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
What else? And then we lived in Boston. We planned our wedding.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Then in the summer that we got married, right before we got married, we moved to Arizona. We moved to Scottsdale, Arizona. That was a little tough. We had never been.
It's so different.
I had cried for 24 hours. I was like, I have to move to Arizona. I don't even know what that means. But it was fine because I knew it was going to be more semi-permanent, at least 5 years. But we ended up loving it out there. So we live in Phoenix now, and we love it there. We have 2 children.
You do.
I have a daughter, Raquel. She was born in
A daughter. You sound like Teresa.
No, she says
daughter.
daughter. I said daughter. She was born in January of 2020, right before the shutdown. So I had a COVID baby.
You did.
Which was kind of, I know, not to be insensitive, but it was actually a nice time for us.
I thrived in COVID.
Yeah.
I think that's fine to say now. I mean, obviously that's not discounting.
No. I know that wasn't so many people's experiences.
No. And there were parts that were, I think we all have post-traumatic stress from COVID.
Oh, yeah. No, it was.
And lingering things, but.
Just the uncertainty of it all and the scariness of, you're going to die, you get this disease.
But I know a lot of people that had babies during that time, and it was a blessing. You really, truly, you want to hibernate anyway, and you were given the luxury to kind of do that without the guilt.
No, and it was wonderful. It was January and
winter.
Oh, it was March, so it was wonderful weather for us. Wayne was home.
Oh, sorry.
It's hard to breathe into the microphone. Whatever. He was home. He could help. It was so nice. It was our little bubble. Our little bubble.
I loved coming to visit you out there right before.
Yeah,
it was great.
It was great.
Arizona is one of the most beautiful. It's the most aesthetically different state that I've ever seen in this country. Because obviously we grew up on the East Coast. There's nothing more different. It's stark contrast in the desert.
And as I stay out there longer, I forget. But then I'm driving down the road and just see these mountains. It's just it's so different.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. No, we love Arizona. Not in the summer,
which is why you're here.
Which is why I'm here now. But yeah, no. What else? I have a son. He was born in 2022.
Yes, he was born on the 21st in 2022.
Yeah,
he's beautiful.
Elio.
Right after he was 3 weeks after he was born, I flew out because Wayne had to go on a business trip.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the best weeks.
Yeah,
because it was just us, 2 lesbians.
Yeah.
Raising children. A single mama works too hard.
Pumping.
Loves the kids and never stops. No, that was a good time.
It was. And then Wayne came home from the trip. He was in Boston.
Gave us COVID.
And he's like, I've had a hangover for 4 days. I'm like, bitch.
You got the vid.
He had COVID. He brought COVID home. You didn't get it because you left that day, but you still were around him. So surprisingly.
But I isolated just because I didn't know. I thought I probably have it.
So he gave it to Raquel pretty much off the bat. And then me and Ilya he was not even a month old. So we were in the guest bedroom.
He's the way he is right now.
But he was fine, thankfully. Yeah. Raquel had it pretty hard, though. She had 104 fever, and it was scary, and I couldn't be out there. But we all ended up getting it at some point. But
yeah, I think I've had it 4 times now.
I had it when I was pregnant with Elio too, and then we had it over Christmas.
We had a super spreader.
I think we had,
a Santa super spreader event.
we did.
We made cookies and gave it, or your dad gave it to all of us.
My dad was
He's like, I can't see color.
I can't see color.
I can't taste anything. I don't know what's wrong.
I mean, he went a long time. He went a long time without getting it.
He went a long time just walking around the house going, I can't see color. Everything's shades of gray. And we're all like, all right, like, are you okay? Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Bethany. But yeah, I gave it to all of us, and everyone was doing it different. It wasn't that bad. Some of us had it worse than others. I had one really bad day.
No, I thought I just had like
a cold,
a
sore throat.
Yeah, a cold.
Yeah.
But then we tested, and we're like, shit.
Yeah. August of last summer, I got it the worst. Yeah, August of last summer, I got it really bad where I couldn't breathe. And that scared me.
Yeah, when I was pregnant and had it, that was my worst experience of it. For like a month after, like my asthma was way worse. But I digress again. What were we talking about? I'm sorry, this is going to be a little all over the place.
But that's fine. That's our brains.
And we're just going to develop this podcast.
Here's the thing. Either you like us or you don't. There's never going to be an in-between.
But like, what are they doing down there?
I don't know. They're loud as fuck.
Okay, so yes. So also like
we're on borrowed time because we've been up here a while. So we've got to wrap it up.
I know.
But let's end with, so that's a little bit about us.
Yeah, just a little bit about us. You'll know more as time goes on.
Okay, so in this final segment, we are going to read, stop touching the mic. We are going to read some Reddit questions that we found interesting.
Or maybe just one.
Okay.
We'll just do one Reddit.
We'll do one. The topic, when did you freely fart in front of your significant other? I was with one guy from the time I was 16, married at 21, until we divorced at 28. Obviously, in a marriage, you fart around each other all the time. Can confirm?
I mean, yes, in my marriage, yes, correct.
I've been with my boyfriend for 7 months. Tonight, we were snuggled on the couch, lying down and watching TV. And he kept shifting uncomfortably and making a pained face. I asked, are you okay? He said his stomach was bothering him. I could hear and feel the gas ripping around his stomach.
Oh my God.
But he was holding it in. I tried to find a respectful and non-awkward way to say, you can just fart, yo.
Let it go.
But he's a very private, quiet guy. I really didn't want to embarrass him, so I stroked his belly and chest. You know?
What?
When he ran to the bathroom, I got up and did the dishes to cover the sound. He eventually went home instead of sleeping over. I'm guessing in part because he felt so crappy, haha, no pun intended, from holding it in. We're both quiet introverts, and I would be totally embarrassed to fart in front of him right now, so I get his reluctance.
Oh, wait, they've been dating for 8 months?
7.
7 months.
What do I do? When did you start farting in front of your significant other, and how do you approach the subject?
I don't understand. So this woman was married.
This is a matter of health. Like, you can't hold it in.
Wait, so has been married before.
What she's saying is she was married for a long time and she farted freely in front of her significant other. She's with a new guy now for 7 months, and they're both very quiet. It feels like different. It's still new, and she doesn't know when do you fart, when do you pull the trigger?
You got to do it early and often,
and just make direct eye contact and be like, "This is happening."
Yeah, you look them in the eye. And you just rip one.
But I know people that have never farted in front of each other and refused to.
Married?
Yeah.
Who?
I'm not going to call them out by name.
Like your parents' age or like our age?
No, our age. In relationships, they don't believe in it.
That's literally so
weird.
It's just so like restrictive in your life. Could you imagine living in your own home and not being able to just freely fart?
No.
At your discretion?
I mean,
that's a health issue.
Listen, I've got stomach issues.
This is a health concern. No, I think that's absurd. Like, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but like.
So the verdict is, this is a matter of public health. You got to let it go. Or at least like, maybe a way to like ease into it is like, I gotta fart, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then like do it in private, but like say you're gonna do it.
Maybe. Like a soft launch.
Like a soft
launch.
I gotta toot. Or make it cute. Like,
Well, like,
oh no, my tummy.
Wayne and I moved in together very early on, like 3 months or whatever. So, like, yeah, we had one bathroom, first of all. So we were.
You get real close.
Yeah, you get close fast.
I mean, listen, you want to keep. I get wanting to keep the spice alive.
I get that, but also, like, 6, 7 months, like.
Yeah.
You have to start living your life.
I think there's also something really nice about the intimacy of just being completely open with somebody too, and like having them into all aspects of your life.
Yeah. Wayne farted a couple times, like by accident when we first started dating.
The ones that by accident are like you're literally
horrifying.
Your heart goes into your butt.
No, I have to say this. So Wayne would pick me up a lot when we first started dating. He wanted to be like romantic and pick me up.
You're a bird on a bird.
So we were at his parents. He was still living at his parents' house at this point. He hadn't moved out yet.
He was 23.
24.
No, 24. Okay, he was loud.
He picked me up and he fucking just like farted, like audibly.
Did he look right at you?
No. He pretended like it didn't happen.
Oh, see, that's even worse. I think
worse.
If it happens, that's another thing. Like if it happens by accident, like yes, it sucks, but I think the only way through is to admit and be like,
you have to acknowledge
that was loud. Or just say something and just drop it because I think it just goes away faster, literally.
So he did that. I was just like, okay, like whatever. And then several other times he did it again because he would just pick me up and he'd fart every time he picked me up. And I got annoyed. I was like, can you just like fucking either stop farting or admit that you're farting? This is so awkward.
What is this game that you're playing?
What is this fucking game?
What is this game? No, I mean, I do.
But no, I just started ripping him. I'm like, listen.
And you do.
I do. I'm not going to hold back in my own home.
Last night was wild.
It was the sushi. It was the spice.
You should contact them and say, no
you
more.
are one to talk.
I'm not saying that I'm not one to talk. I'm just saying last night was powerful.
It was powerful, but also not common. Like I take my seed.
Clean girly. Don't give them credit.
I'm sorry. I take a pro and prebiotic.
Do you want to sponsor us? I take Just Thrive.
It's called Just Thrive?
Yeah.
I take 2
a day.
I take 2
probiotics.
I take the one we just mentioned, and then I take another one. It's like a thyroid one.
Get your gut in check, people.
Yeah,
and maybe you wouldn't have to hold in your farts as much.
Yeah, we know. Not even just farting, but just like going to the bathroom, like openly discussing that. Like I don't understand these men who like think women don't poop or want to be, like ignorant to the fact that they do.
Have you ever pooped in front of Wayne?
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh, see, I've never done that.
We had one bathroom.
Like Jay always wanted. It's the initial. Always wanted to. He would be like, "What are you doing? Are you pooping?" Like he'd always want to know, and like I'm like, "What do you really want to know? Do you really want to know?"
I mean, to be honest, in the beginning of the relationship, it was very like
no, I don't.
Open doors. We didn't close the door. Sometimes I did have IBS at one point, so sometimes I needed like a coach in there. Like sometimes I needed help, so he would actually be in the room sometimes. But like if we walk in on each other going to the bathroom now, it's like whatever. Like
we've also got 2 kids. Like there's no privacy.
But to be honest, like now versus then, I want more privacy.
Well, now it's like a retreat. Like you go to the bathroom and it's like a vacation.
I have dogs following me everywhere. I have children following me everywhere. I just want some privacy. But
I get that.
Yeah, like I'm just like for your own good. Like don't live your life like that.
Card full. That's a good place to end.
Okay. So should we
how do we want to do this?
Why is the card full?
You tell me. Okay. We recorded for a long time.
Okay, so that is that, and that is the end of our show.
Do you want to show me on your thing? So
sure. And then Jess's camera stopped
just died
filming.
It's fine. It's the universe just saying, "Get the fuck off.
Get off.
Get off." But this was fun.
This was fun. And
I'm so excited.
Do it again soon.
We got through it.
We did.
I'm proud of us.
Okay, I'm going to put you on.
Love you. No, I don't think it's going to work. Oh, God. Hi.
Say bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye. Should we do it at the same time?
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.